Louisiana Beer Reviews barrel-aged stout from Aldi, State of Brewing, contract brewer. Okay, so brewed and bottled by State of Brewing, Wanakee, Wisconsin. There's also a barrel-aged stout for Trader Joe's, also coming in at 11% alcohol, also from Wanakee, Wisconsin, but it's Campanology Brewing. And it's in a 22-ounce bottle, not the 12-ounce. So I got a 4-pack here for $11.99. So $3 a bottle. What kind of barrel? It doesn't say. Is it a bourbon barrel, rum barrel, rye whiskey barrel? We don't know. There's no website listing. I tried to look this up on Aldi website. Nothing there. Video reviews. There's a handful, but not really anything much. Two or three. Few written reviews. So this is not a twist cap. Most of the State of Brewing beers are twist caps. This is a pry cap. I had a feeling that's why I brought this. Yep. Okay. Should have known 11%. Okay. Wish I could give you more information, but I can't. I just know it's a Wisconsin barrel-aged stout of some kind of barrel. I bought this last week. It may not be, that store, you might go there and there'll be a bunch of stuff. You go there the next week, it's all gone. They probably had 20, 12 4-packs. It was probably about 12 4-packs on that shelf. 2 facings, probably 6, going back 6 each. Alright, so there's no kind of head of foam really. If there was, it'd be beige, and it's no kind of lacing, so it's pretty pitiful looking, honestly. But to be fair, a lot of these barrel-aged stouts, they don't present much head of foam, but they usually present more than this. This is kind of scary. It's brown, dark brown, not black really, but dark brown. If it was a sunny, bright day instead of a dreary, humid, overcast day, I think you'd see more brown. Supposed to be they said some sun today. Some? Yeah. Yeah, none. The weather people were wrong. No sun today. All right. But it's warming up. I don't really need this jacket, but I'm just wearing it to match the cap, which is fading here. I don't know why. Okay. It's not an old cap. Smells like bourbon barrel, maybe rye barrel, really. For the price point, they're probably getting whatever liquor barrel they can get for the cheapest price, honestly. Does it make a difference? I mean, it might. Is there like real strong quality assurance on this? I don't know. I don't know the operation. I don't know. I find Aldi beers, they kind of they're sort of up and down. They're usually never terrifically great. But they're alright. I mean, like I say, the price point, you could deal with it. There's almost like a coffee note. Strange. It looks, the way it's setting up, it looks almost like a porter, though. Okay, well, I mean, all stouts are porters, but, like a porter that's not a stout. Sure does smell good, though. The appearance is like a C, average, but the aroma is definitely an A, a most excellent aroma. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. This might be better on a really cold day, not just a marginally cool day. It's got chocolate notes, dark roasted barley notes. Now, if you try to look up State of Brewing website, there isn't one. If you try to look up Campanology Brewing, like from Trader Joe's, there is not one. They're both alias names for Octopi Brewing. And you can look up Octopi, and they just talk about how they are ready to do business for you, because they do an excellent job at contract brewing. They also do let's see, Untitled Art, which is a much higher grade craft beer company, but they contract most of their beers at Octopi. Untitled Art. I don't see them anymore around here, but they were here for a while, kind of big, and then it was big, a lot of different offerings on the shelf, then not so big, and now not anywhere. Which is nothing new. It's irritating, but it's nothing new. It tastes like it's aged in bourbon barrels, okay? So, whose bourbon barrels? I don't know. Wisconsin. It's above Illinois. And then you go down the lake and you get to Indiana. I guess the closest big brewery would be the old Seagram's Brewery, Midwest Grain Products. It still says Seagram's on their brewery if you look at photos. Probably too expensive to get the name off the smokestack, but that brewery, I mean distillery, that's been there since 1847. It's really old, obviously, and probably a lot different now than it used to be. That's probably the closest one, so they could be using their bourbon barrels, because they do a lot of straight. Well, that makes sense, because MGP, they mainly do contract distilling, although they do have their own brands now. They do have their own brands, which I see at Walmart. Hadn't tried them. Probably good, but yeah, it could be that kind of thing. But it could be across the river into Kentucky. Could be coming from Heaven Hill, Buffalo Trace, Glenmore. Barton. No use trying to figure that out because it doesn't matter. It's got a vanilla flavor from the oak. Body's sort of thin. I mean, a lot of stouts these days are thin. A lot of people have been talking about that too, not just me. That stouts seem to have been thinned out, although it just could be that we got used to them, and what used to seem thick is not. Could be some psychosomatic thing, but they do seem thinner. But finish is mostly dry, though. It's not a real sweet finish. Yeah, I think it's really great. I was thinking it's going to be a bummer. That was really my feeling when I bought it. I didn't really want to buy it. Oh yeah, I bought it this week. I was thinking last week. I bought it this week. That's how recent it was, just 4 days ago. Funny. But for $11.99, I was like, I gotta buy it. Barrel aged Imperial Stout, Imperial Wisconsin Stout, 11% alcohol. Yeah. Now I got 3 bottles left to play with. My friend Dave was like, "Get me one. Get me a 4-pack. I'll pay you back." I said, "All right." So I got one in the house for him. It's a sipper though, man. If you drink too much of this, it'll be bad news for you. How does it stack up against all the other big barrel-aged stouts in the U.S.? I think it aside from the appearance, which is kind of shabby, like no head, no lacing, but really, I mean, I did Bourbon County brand stout 14.6 right this year, and it didn't really have much head or foam. And when did like swish around for a few minutes. It didn't have any. It looked just like this. That scored out at 100 out of 100. This can compete. It can compete, but you know, Dragon's Milk is 11, right? Yeah. I don't know what this code means. It's a code, but it's 0232200959738. I'm not going to try to figure out those hieroglyphics. So I'm going to say, oh, here we go. Best by October 23rd of 2024, I think. And I'm thinking that's probably made October 23rd, 23, because they usually go a year. This should last way longer than a year at 11%. Believe you me, believe me you. I'll go with a 95, believe it or not. Everything from Aldi is not great. Some stuff from Aldi is highly questionable. But their corned beef, which is produced in Denmark, is awesome, and it's cheap. And way cheaper than Walmart or other stores. And their Imperial Stout here from Wisconsin is fantastic. It is fantastic. Barrel-aged stout. I don't even like barrel-aged stouts, but I always give them a high score because they deserve it. I mean, I usually give them a high score, not the Four Roses Black Ops. Well, that was terrible. The first time I did the canned version about 4 years ago, I was like, it's probably a bad batch. I can't, this stuff is terrible, you know. And then we did a revisit. Oh, it's still terrible. And then the next year we did it. It was still terrible. And then I watched other video reviewers, and they said, "Oh, you know." I was like, "Nah, that's a pattern." But besides that thing, no knock against Four Roses. I think it's a good bourbon. I don't know what's wrong with that beer, but beyond that, they're usually pretty nice. So Les Le Bon Temps Relais are most excellent. Barrel-aged stout. I'm tempted to go buy another 4-pack, but nah, I don't need it. I got to get through some other stuff, but you know, it is a temptation. And I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Waunakee, Wisconsin and take an octopi. I meant to say Campanology. I meant to say State of Brewing brewery tour.